What is patience? How long are you willing to wait for something that cannot be replaced, an experience that is the pinnacle of all experiences? And what is patience? Is it to wait for something? Do you even know what is it that you're waiting? In our worldly affairs, waiting is simple enough to understand, because we have a clear understanding of what is it that we are waiting for. Otherwise, we would not be waiting. The whole idea of impatience stems from the fact that you have an idea of what it feels like, what it looks like to experience that something that you're waiting for. It is because you don't have that experience yet, you're waiting for it, there is a clear understanding of waiting. What is it that I'm waiting for? Why am I waiting? And what is impatience? Your desire to merge this experience with that experience. You're waiting for lunch. It is the easiest thing to understand. Why are you waiting? What is that experience that you're waiting for? And why the impatience? Because there is a separation between your hunger and lunch. And you're wanting to complete that experience. And you want to do it as quickly as possible. Hence, the rushing of the mind, the rushing of thoughts, which gives you a perception of moving and non-moving. You do a lot of things when you're impatient, when in fact you're actually doing nothing. That feeling of impatience is really the feeling of trying to bridge the reality with your imagination. On the outside, all this makes sense. But how do we understand this on the inside? When you don't know what is it that you're waiting for. When you have no conception of that ultimate experience. Why should there be any impatience when you have no clue about what you're waiting for? And yet, there is impatience. There is a desire to run faster, do as many things as possible, try out as many different techniques, visit as many ashrams as possible, exhaust every teaching. This is more of a reality in the spiritual realm than anywhere else. Even if you have found the best teacher, the best teaching, the best guidance, if the method is working, still there is impatience. More on the inside than on the outside for a few reasons. One is, on the inside, you cannot afford to make a mistake. Because by definition, what you're searching for is the ultimate. There is no alternate to that experience. On the outside, you pursue a certain desire, you impatiently wait for something to happen. If that doesn't happen, you move on to something else. On the inside, there is no moving on to something else. That fear of being wrong, fear of being misguided, fear of a technique not working is more real. That makes the inward journey more turbulent, puts you in a state of impatience a lot more than on the outside. And on the inside, because you don't know what that ultimate experience is, you don't have a clear sense of how long it takes, how far you have to go, where you are on this journey, because there is no clear roadmap. How can there be a roadmap for a destination that is not physical, for a destination that is not visual? So when you look at it from this context, it is trying to match your internal experience with the outside experience. It is to approach your inner journey in exactly the same way you would approach an outer journey. Exploring, experiencing, learning, and wanting to get better and better at something. See results as quickly as possible. And if it doesn't work, throw it out and pick a new method. If one thing doesn't work, try out many other things. This same outward approach is the obstacle on the inward journey. Otherwise, there are fewer obstacles on the inside. It is just you, your mind, and your body. There are no external obstacles here. You're just fighting with your own thoughts and your own body sensations. After a while, it is easy to settle with these things, provided you have made a clear separation between search on the outside and search on the inside. On the inside, you have to accept the fact that impatience is a result of not knowing where you are, what you're doing. Impatience has nothing to do with reaching that destination as quickly as possible, because you don't even know what you're going to do there. You don't even know what that experience feels like. And somewhere you also have an understanding that being impatient is not the way. Because the more impatient I am, more thoughts I'm generating, more movement, which is opposed to my meditation. What am I trying to cultivate? I'm trying to cultivate a state of equanimity. I'm trying to still the waves of my mind. If the objective is to calm down, settle down, and connect with something that is already here, then impatience is a big obstacle. Even when there is something round the corner for you to experience, a deeper experience might just be there lurking in the corner. Because of your impatience, you might completely miss it. Because you're so busy trying to experience something, if the experience by its very nature is extraordinarily simple, you miss it altogether. Going deeper is not about encountering a spectacular experience every time you sit. It is about staying with the same experience for a little longer. The whole trick is to be with your impatience a little longer. Accept your impatience more. And not bringing in the external valuations. How quickly am I going to get there? Let me revisit my technique. Let me see if I can do something with this technique. More often than not, your technique is working. It just takes a little longer. Because the destination you're moving towards is not individual. is not personal, is not limited in form and experience. You are moving in a direction where this individual wave will someday become the entire ocean. It is not a simple phenomenon. The reason why you're impatient is because you have no clue as to what is it that you're moving towards and how grand this experience is. Compared to the actual experience, the amount of effort you're putting, the amount of time you're spending, all your learning, falling and getting up and making mistakes, they are all nothing. The day you encounter your truth, the day you stand face to face, staring into the face of truth, all your efforts, everything that you have ever done to get to this point vanishes immediately. It will seem like nothing. You will be amazed as to how little you had to do to get here. And how stupid you were to do so much. And where were you doing? You were only doing in your thinking. As far as your actual practice is concerned, actual method is concerned, what you should be doing is extraordinarily simple. All that you have been doing, other than that practice, has been nothing but thinking. It is only in moments of thinking that you were far away from the truth. It is only in moments of thinking that you saw it as an impossible journey. It is only in moments of thinking that you saw yourself as unworthy of pursuing this path. It is only in moments of thinking that you doubted that you will ever get there. In all those moments when you were simply with yourself, you were closest to the truth. It is because of your thinking, it is because of your impatience that it took even this long. Otherwise, it should not have taken even this long, because what you are wanting to experience, what you ultimately experience, is not something outside of you. It is something closest to you. It is you. Yes, the experience is profound. Experience is earth-shattering, life-changing, and it is complete.